All right, man. We gonna go ahead, just go and get it started, man. Yeah, episode 161. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. It's your boy DJ E, Mr. Influential. That's me. I'm here. And I'm rocking with my brother, man.
The original, baby. Welcome
That's
back,
it.
y'all.
Let's
Welcome
get it.
back,
Let's
y'all.
clap it up. Let's clap it
Welcome
up.
back.
That's right. This is episode 161, and we calling this one Porch Talk. Let's go ahead and clap it up again.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. First and foremost, man, I wanted to let you guys know there was nothing wrong with your Facebook accounts or anything like that. If you're watching it, looking for the live last week, we weren't live. Had to take a week off. Had to, get over a little COVID situation I had to deal with. Good to go now. You know what I'm saying? Back at it and, feeling much better.
Yeah.
You know how it is. When you up against something that knock you down, you gotta go through the process of it, get to recharge together and get yourself back, the way you need to be. So we back this week, man, but I just wanted to offer that. That was a reason why you didn't see it last week.
If you're first, you don't succeed.
Right. What
gotta
you do?
What? You got to dust yourself off and try again. Hey, you could dust it off and try.
But favorite part of it is the part about the dust.
Yeah.
I know, I remember you used to scratch. Y'all know E DJ. I just wonder why he keep bringing the dust back. Dust, dust. I couldn't understand it.
What are you talking about,
Right.
man? Bring no
Not a
dust
problem.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, not a problem.
Take my sneakers off, man. On the
Just
porch
self-comfortable, man.
Oh,
Just self-comfortable. Yeah, man. New week, new episode, baby. We back. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Y'all know how we do. We're going to kick it right on off with E. How was your weekend, brother?
My weekend, my couple weekends.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? We're pretty great.
Unfortunately.
You know what I mean? We're going to go back to the weekend before because we got to bring it up. First and foremost, what I want to do, I want to clap it up for Mrs. Sharon Grady. She did 52 years of service for Trenton Central High School, Trenton Public Schools, period. You know what I mean? We all know she started off as a gym teacher, cheerleading coach, ended up with her last position as the sports director. After 52 years of service, she went on and ride off into the sunset and retired. So let's go ahead and clap it up for that. You know what I mean? I had the honor of being the DJ for her retirement party.
Outstanding.
It was
Outstanding.
great. Lot of old alumni was in the building.
That's what's up. I seen a lot of the pictures,
Teachers
man.
as well, yep.
Seen a lot of the pictures. That's what's up, man.
So clap it up once again. Thank you, Mrs. Sharon Grady, for
Absolutely.
everything that you've
Absolutely.
done in your
Appreciate you, Miss
career
Grady.
and everything
Absolutely.
that you still do. And without that, you can't say, we got to say thank you to Mr. Grady as well.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Clap it up for him.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
So just a good time there. So that was last week, and I was really relaxing pretty much last week. Allergies got to me a little bit, but I'm all right. Still hearing my voice a little bit because I got a little allergy medicine that I'm taking. However, what did I do this week? Saturday just passed. I went to the Lit 21 up in Newark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Clap it
Yeah.
up for them. Nice
Yeah.
little event there. You know what I mean? But right there in our own city,
Okay.
celebrity basketball game.
Yes.
Just clap it up to
Yes.
everybody that was involved
Yes.
with that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to everybody who had a hand in organizing it,
Yeah.
playing in the games.
Right.
Everything.
The after
everything.
parties, everything, man.
Absolutely.
It was a big win for the city of Trenton and everything. Everybody that attended, like you said, it was a part. I ain't hear nothing negative. You know what I mean? It was a
Good.
big situation. And
Good.
today, what happened today?
Talk about it.
Shout out to Mr. Jair Brown. We all know him as Tig. He received the key to the city today, the city of Trenton.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Congratulations once again to the young brother, man. You make us proud.
For his beautiful
Make us
accomplishments.
proud, man.
You know what I mean? Interception inside the Super Bowl, as we know.
Absolutely.
So that's a big deal right there.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, it's amazing to see when things come together.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's something that we need to talk about heavy. It's something that we need to make sure that we, publicize. You know, we do it often because it's easy to talk about negative things. It's easy, to, promote those things. So it's great when you see something like you said, bruh. You ain't hear nothing negative as far as any comeback dealing with any of the events,
right?
Any, whether it be the game or the
right,
parties, and that's an awesome thing. So once again, we just want to give acknowledgement to everybody who had a hand in putting it together, everybody who had participated in it in any level. Congratulations, you guys. You know what I mean? It was a wonderful, wonderful thing for me to be able to watch from the sidelines.
Right.
And I just want to make sure we give credit where credit is due. I think it was a fantastic situation across the board.
Yes, sir.
Key to the city is a big deal.
Yes.
Key to the city is a big deal. You know what I mean?
Key to anything. Let me tell you. Let me tell you why.
To, not of. Yeah. So it's different.
Yeah.
That would have been.
Too.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, here you go with the bullshit.
I didn't ask you. No,
because it's a lot of people don't have no key to get no house.
You're absolutely right.
They gave my man the key to the city.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So what she means, he can always unlock the door.
Well, I was going to say that. Okay, being the political figure that you are, I was wondering.
What political figure?
Okay, do what you want. You know what I'm saying? So, what I was going to say is as a person who also, is in the public eye a lot. DJ E, Mr. Influential.
He's not there as much as people think. I'm not a celebrity, man.
Okay, what? And it should actually unlock something. When you get the key to the city, in my opinion, I know it's a recognition thing.
Right.
But I believe that it should come with something else besides recognition. I can't say what.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be weird or funny about it. Like, oh, you should be able to get, you can just run around and if you drive too fast, you don't get speeding tickets. I ain't saying nothing, ridiculous like that. I just think that it is a big thing. And although, you get recognized for it, I think that it should actually be dope if it went to something.
I think it does. I'm not sure, and this is just a theory and a thought of mine. Okay. So we know it's a recognition thing. You have to have some type of great accomplishment or things of that nature to receive these type of accolades, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at it as when you have the key to the city, when you need to speak to the city, not the whole city.
Okay.
You have that open door policy. When you need anything.
That makes sense.
If you want to talk to the mayor,
makes sense.
You want to talk to the...
That makes sense.
That's what I think it is.
So figuratively speaking, you know what I mean? Figurative. Okay, all right, okay.
That's what I believe it is. Nobody's ever told me this.
Okay.
I'm freestyling with this.
That was off the top?
Off the top.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
And I have to say that because you'll do something in a minute that will totally contradict everything that you just did.
I get everything you said.
In a minute, you'll do something and say, oh, wow, that came from the same guy who just made it make sense that the key would give you an opportunity to speak to, anybody. That
it's almost like you have, granted, I'm not saying that everybody who has that pool has a key to the city.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I do.
Because I know some people personally who can go right up to the mayor's office without an appointment, you know what I mean, and walk straight. Not me. No, I don't have that. No, you're looking at me, no, sir, I don't have that type of, I'm sorry, I don't.
Okay.
Okay. I may have a few council people's phone numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I had it before they were council people. See, it's a difference.
I understand.
But
that makes a lot of sense what you're saying, that they do have that ability to be able to do that.
Right.
That's what's up.
Right.
Once again, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to Tig once
Absolutely.
again.
Absolutely. And I saw an awesome picture, man, on Facebook, too. Big Oo had took it. Shout out to Big Oo, man.
Shout out to Oo, y'all.
And Free made a great point on it, you know what I mean? He said, he was talking about it from the, athletic perspective, one of the greats in the city. Mm-hmm. And then, you also got one of the musical greats, you know what I mean? So that was a dope picture. Once again, man, I'm just a person that when you see the beauty in things, right? Uh-huh. The celebrate the things that are worth celebrating,
right?
And really talking about, you know what I mean? versus the stuff you'd be like, oh man, that's crazy they did that. That's a shame. Like, I just think that we should just like go ahead and talk about it. Like me and you was talking about earlier, bro. Just general situation, conversation about when a person gets a lot of praise.
Right.
How close it, how much praise do you get before it becomes, you on his jock, or how certain
Well,
things.
let me say this. Let me say this, because one thing we did skip, and it relates, is the quote of the day.
Go ahead.
So today's quote of the day is the quality,
Mm-hmm.
not the longevity.
That's right.
Of one's life is what is important.
Right.
Once again, it's the quality,
right,
not the longevity of one's life is what is important, and that's by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We're gonna go ahead and clap it up for that, right?
Absolutely.
So, a lot of times when people make that assumption, or they make that, you on him, all that type of stuff on that person.
That you're sweating them, sweating them and all that. Yeah.
That's a term that came up in the hood that is used very loosely. You know what I'm saying? In some situations, we do see that, right? Mm-hmm. But if a person is taking upon themselves,
right,
and they've shown you not just their longevity, even though Dr. King said it's not, you don't base it off their longevity, quality, and they came to you with a quality of work, right? If not us, who is supposed to give them that praise?
That's what I'm saying.
So if you think about this episode here, right?
Yeah.
Started off.
Yeah.
Miss Sharon Grady.
Absolutely.
52 years of service.
Right, that's impressive in any regard.
52 years of anything is a long time.
Exactly.
Anything.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I totally agree.
Neither one of us is even 52 years old.
Listen, I totally agree.
So that's that, right?
Yep.
But it's not just that she showed up for 52 years.
That's right.
She was doing this for 52 years, and she was a help. She was a pillar. Yeah. This is why she was honored. Like, you knew, everybody knew who she was.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Then you look at Tig.
Right.
Tig's the youngest out of the three people that we spoke on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not surprising that Tig made the first team all rookie. Mm-hmm. Because when you look at his career, from when people started paying attention to him in high school, from there to Lackawanna, where he was the MVP and the All-Star game and all that, to going to Penn State, to becoming a team captain, dominant, doing the things that he's doing, to being drafted to the NFL, to getting an interception. He's played at a high level on every level. That's the quality.
I was going to say that.
Of his work. And then you look at Big O.
Yeah.
And he has out from Vegas, right? I mean,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Out from Vegas out right now.
Absolutely.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But all the other albums, Slick 1, 2, and 3, all the albums he did, it's like this person is, when you listen, if you sit back and listen, because some people will just say, oh, that's what he's always done. But do you listen to what they're really putting out or what they're showing you? It's quality.
Yeah.
Everything that you do is quality.
I think the three that you just said is great examples of actually both.
Right.
Quality and longevity. And it's one of the reasons why, not one of the reasons why, but I love the fact that you picked that particular quote of the day, because in essence, when you can find people who possess both,
right,
to me, you're supposed to congratulate them a little bit more. You're supposed to uplift them a little bit more. You're supposed to speak positively. You're supposed to talk about them to the point where everyone knows exactly who you're talking about.
Right.
Because it's so easy to wind up in a situation where it's easy when you're around here promoting different things that are negative. And my thing about all of it, coming down to the reality of where they are today, every one of those people chose greatness. Mm-hmm. They chose greatness very early on.
Right.
And they stayed the path and the course, continuously doing it. Like you said, 52 years is impressive in the sense of doing anything.
Anything.
And
just breathing.
Doing it, right. Just exactly. But anything to the regard that you can look up and you can actually say, for you to be able to do it that long and have quality and be effective,
right,
that's big.
Right.
That's very big. So when you see those things, it's great to turn around and see the products that she has, produced.
Right.
In a sense, by her contributions. So that's why we wanted to start off the show by acknowledging that from the beginning, because we wanted to be known. We're proud of them.
Right. Exactly.
We're proud of them and everything that we're talking about. Now, I asked that question, and I kind of was leading into that situation, because you have things that take place all the time. You look at a person, we talked about LeBron, me and you were off camera having a conversation about, he just went over 40,000 points. There's a lot of other things that he has done. There's some things that he does that I think gets overlooked because it's more about, people looking at the accolades and the things and the records he breaks and all of that. And then you got situations like the one that transpired with the thing that with Cam Newton.
Right.
Cam Newton has been running this 7-on-7, I guess, I ain't going to say camp, but kind of like a, event for quite some time now. Okay? We all know what took place. If you didn't see it, you didn't see it. But what took place was some kind of an altercation at one of the events that he had. It was a 7-on-7.
Right.
Since then, he's come back and he's apologized.
Right.
Because he realizes that no matter what the right or wrong element of it is there's a certain standard that is expected of him.
Right.
Because of the position that he's in.
Right.
Right? So when you think about it from the perspective of when we start to congratulate people, recognize people, for you to turn around and look at that, because from my perception, or my perspective, he looked like he was being attacked. He acknowledged the fact that there was some verbal things going back and forth from both sides of the situation.
Right.
Now, did he look like he was in danger? I mean, potentially anything could have happened.
Right.
But the fact that you look up and he made a statement, bro, in his apology, he was talking about some, my 8 kids could have been without a dad.
Yeah. And he also, even bigger than that, what we know, he also, like he said, I know them.
Yeah. That's I wouldn't. Yeah,
so
but I see what you're saying. Yeah.
He basically was apologizing not just to us or to what he said, but he apologized to them too, because he's saying at his level he could have just shut it down and not even fed into it.
Yeah, because I did hear he knew them. See, my thing with that is, and we feel how we feel about it. If we know each other, right, and let's just say we're competitive,
right,
and we kind of talk a certain type of way,
right,
what made this time different from other times?
Right.
Like, I don't know. I mean, we don't know all the particulars of it,
I get what
right?
you're saying.
But if I'm Cam, right, this is what we've always done. We turn around and we look up, and what we saw was the physical altercation that took place.
Right.
Like, if we know each other, we cool, this is what we do, what is it that could be said that would make you cross that line?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not even, I get what you're saying. I'm not even trying to, it didn't even have to be something that was said. It could have been a look. It could have been what a person was feeling that day. But what I meant by him making that statement of he knew them is what Cam was looking at that whole time in his heart, there was no excuse.
Yeah.
Because he can't control what they do.
Right.
He can only control what he do.
Right.
So he was taking what I admired in his inside of his whole situation. Like, we only see the videos after everything started. We don't know who started it. Let's say Cam started it, hypothetically speaking. I didn't have to go that far. But even if he did start it, he was saying I didn't feed in. That's what I think was the dopest thing about his whole apology, was the accountability that he was taking just on his own end. Now, I know what you mean about his kids could have lost his father. He said, I could have broke my jaw. I could have hurt somebody. I could have did anything.
Yeah.
He was all of that.
Yeah.
In my certain situations where you go to apologize, all those things are givens that we know.
Yeah.
But you don't see often. You often don't see a person. Apology was like 15 minutes.
And he had to take his time though. It was
Right.
a few days that went by. Like, he was smart.
Right.
He allowed it to kind of,
Right.
I don't know what you say, like kind of regain your composure.
Yeah. Well, he
You know what I mean?
presented it. He presented it when he was ready, because what happened was, I can't remember the name he stated, but they told him he was wrong, and he said, I didn't even argue with him. I didn't even say, but look at them, Or what about what they did?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, nah, you right.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I can't argue that. I mean,
Yeah.
when you take accountability,
That's what I'm
if
saying.
another man takes accountability, I have no argument for it.
No argument for it.
But you know, I think that once again, because we're acknowledging the greatness of people,
Right.
and the things that people do, you know, that's also something, right?
That's going to always be a great thing.
That he was man enough
Right.
to admit that his role in it
Right.
was more. Now, I haven't seen anything from the other people apologizing. Not that we need it.
They're not Cam Newton.
Right. And that, can we be honest? Like, is that not real?
That's what he.
They're not him.
Yeah, they're not Cam Newton.
Somebody asked the question: if Cam decided not to do it next year, is he wrong?
No. Because you don't have. You do things as much as you want to when you're. But motherfuck the fight. If you just don't want to spend your money.
He's a DJ. He starts scratching the cuss word.
Yeah.
He said, blah, blah, blah. And then said it. That was, I'm impressed.
What I'm saying is, if you don't want to do something, you don't want to do something.
Yeah.
So you can't get mad at a man that don't want to do something, but he take his, because he don't feel like it this year.
No,
but he taking accountability when he's wrong.
So I only ask you that because, and then it's putting this into the conversation as well. If they have not admitted to their fault,
right?
He can't apologize for them.
Nah.
I only ask that because, well, if he's the only, let's say he's the only bigger man,
right,
in the situation,
mm-hmm.
Is it fair to him to roll himself back out there? You already said no. He doesn't have to. He's not obligated to do anything. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of messed up because, like, and I seen. Oh, man, Shady, it's the female, and there's two other people.
Right.
I can't think of their names right now. One of them used to play for the Packers, one of the receivers. He said the kids wind up ultimately being the one who suffered.
Right. But I don't think he's going to cancel it.
I don't see him canceling it. But what I'm saying is due to the fact of how everything came out, how everything happened, and him admitting his fault in the situation, knowing that there's the potential of anything happening at any point, is he wrong for turning around and at that point saying, nah?
Nah, I don't think so.
Because if they haven't changed, maybe he's protecting the kids by saying, well, if they haven't made amends with the situation, is it fair to me to go back out there, potentially be something else, and the kids look up and now I become...
I don't think he's wrong. Do I think he's going to cancel it? No. I don't think he's going to cancel it because he understands what he means. That's what he was talking about in his apology. It was more of him taking accountability to make the understanding and the correlation of they look up to me. So if you look up to me,
right,
I'm not going to stop doing something, me personally. And even if they don't, because again, they're not Cam Newton. They may not never apologize, right?
Well, you don't need the apology part. But what I'm saying is the potential.
It's own up to their.
Not even that. I mean, the potential of what if they're not sorry? They don't have to apologize. What if the next time it comes, it's on site, it pops, and Cam like, look, I didn't apologize. I done been the bigger picture.
I think next time it's on
person.
I think they have more things in play, because I think the purpose of what he does it for is bigger than this one incident. It was a big incident.
It's no question.
Right. So I don't think he stops because. Even the sincerity and the reason why he took accountability is because he didn't take the Charles Barkley effect.
No.
He didn't say, I am not a role model.
No.
He never said I was. But the way he spoke on accountability is as if he is. And he understands his role.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't see him doing it. But to answer your question, no. Nah. He could just say, I don't want to do it this year. I want to give it a break. Let him miss so we can appreciate it the next time. Sometimes you could do that too.
I agree.
But I think in his mind, let's say that's this 7-on-7 is something that these kids go to, and he got college scouts looking at him. They're senior in high school, and they're good.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to let his incident stop this opportunity from this other kid that was stellar in the situation.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because you don't know what the whole situation is for.
So my thing is this. My thing is real quick. Is this. If we came together and we did the 7-on-7, right? And my thought and theory in the situation is the kids are always the people who are supposed to benefit the most.
Right.
I'm reaching out to the people and say, look, y'all ain't got to apologize. It is what it is.
Right.
But I think it'd be dope if we did apologize and let the kids see us doing it collectively and show them this is what it looks like after a situation takes place where nobody got hurt, nobody went to jail, nobody was shot, nobody was seriously, hurt any of those things. And y'all matter to us more. So we coming in front of y'all, all y'all kids, and apologizing for our behavior. Me personally, I think that's the move. I can't say that that's how that's going to go, but that's the point. That's kind of where I was getting with it.
But I get what you said. But again,
yeah,
they may not be mentally there.
They may not.
You know what I mean? They may never be mentally there.
And so then my question
So
would be,
guess what that be?
then is it for the kids or what we doing?
So, yeah, but that is still for the kids because it's not Cam Newton and the little niggas he was fighting 7-on-7.
Yeah,
It's
but
Cam
I
Newton.
think but I think that those guys played an active role.
No, they absolutely
Yeah, they
did
play an active role in the thing.
And the wrong. But, bro, what it is it's like they can, I hate to say it this way, but they can be replaced. That's just a reality.
I'm not mad at none of that. I'm not mad at none of that.
It's the reality.
I just
and I'm not even saying they started.
Nah, I'm just saying if we coming from a place like you said of accountability
In realness.
in realness,
Yeah.
and recognizing what we're putting on public display, like you said before, quality versus longevity.
You know any of these brothers' names?
I didn't know their names before the incident.
That's what I'm saying.
So to me, that's nothing to me. So that's what I'm saying. But guess what, E? They know now. Those brothers' names was they were irrelevant, and now what they did, now they're relevant. So to me, it's like
I still don't even know their names.
Right. I mean,
I'm not trying to be. I'm not knocking what you're saying. What I'm saying to you is, they're there because it's Cam Newton's.
Because you said they know each other.
Yeah.
So my thing is
Cam said they know each other.
That's what I'm saying. Not you per se. I'm just saying it said. So my thing is 9 times out of 10 they know each other. Cam's probably look, man. Y'all in that area, y'all at that school. This is my assumption. I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's put this thing together. Let these kids see what they see, and they go from there.
And they probably could be with no cameras.
So, and that's what I'm saying. So, that's just my take on that because we're kind of giving it that giving the recognition thing, some energy. So I just wanted to kind of say that, and hopefully, something good can come out of the situation. We'll see. But before we get too much deeper into this conversation, y'all know how we do each and every time, man, when you're on this thing, man. We want to let you guys know that if you're ever in, the market or, you're looking for a full-service event planning company, me and E happen to know one that can take care of all of your needs. E, let them know, bro. Listen, whether it's your first or your 50th birthday, that 25 years of service, if not more, retirement party, or the day that you and the love of your life share vows to become one, let Front and Center Events take care of all of your event planning needs. Sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy the show, where they truly keep you at the front and center of it all. That's www.fncevents.com. Head on over there today and get that party booked. Back to the show.
Front and Center Events.
That's right, for all your event planning needs. PCQ, welcome back, good brother.
EQ, what's good, brother?
My man. Pots and pans. Glad you can make it once again. Yeah, so, with that being said, man, a lot of things going on. I know we got to get into a segment of our shows, man. BMF is back.
BMF is back.
BMF is back.
Yeah.
And, full disclaimer, I hope you watched episode 1 because we're going to talk about it.
Right.
So we pick up with Meats with the Flannery brothers, right?
Flannery, yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah. Big Meech and
Southwest T.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah. In the joint. Do a little bit of flashbacking in it.
07.
07. I'm liking what the show is doing. I know it's only been 1 episode. What's your thoughts?
Are we going to see Lamar this season? That's a question I have for you.
No.
I don't think so.
No. I think the focus is going to be heavy on
The transition
2
to
Chainz
Atlanta.
Afro
Yeah.
and Neo Slickback. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it.
I knew one thing, though.
What you know?
And this is good. I could honestly tell you, man. This is why you try to, and I'm not saying do it on purpose, but
Yeah.
if you rock with people, you rock with them. I always made this comment. You know what I mean? Yeah, one-on-one relationship is the real relationship that you have with people.
Mm-hmm.
See, a lot of times people inherit beef because and it depends on what the type of situation is, and we shouldn't be inheriting beef amongst each other anyway. But you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a total different thing. My thing, what I'm basically saying is this: I wasn't shocked to see 2 Chainz, right?
Right.
Wasn't shocked to see 2 Chainz
Right.
because I felt like when they did that, they wanted a real Atlanta person.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, Chainz fitted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know 50 and 2 Chainz got a good relationship. This is trying to sound like it's bouncing all over the place, but that album that 2 Chainz and Wayne just made, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lil Wayne just made,
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning, the narration is 50.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So we know they rock with it.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Neo.
Yeah.
Neo's playing. What's the
Yeah.
brother's name? What's the guy's name he's playing?
He's playing.
The real person.
I think they call him Robert Green in the show.
Robert Green. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We all know "Have a Baby by Me, Baby, Be a Millionaire." Remember that was 50 and Neo.
That's right.
Relationship.
Okay.
I'm just showing y'all something. Jeremiah.
I'm paying attention.
Jeremiah was on Porch for a little while.
Right.
You know what I mean? He had the song with Jeremiah. All these people that he had these relationships with these things,
Right.
the areas that they were living in,
Yeah.
he had them in it. Jeremiah's from the Chicago area, if I'm not mistaken.
Smart.
Played, where's Force at?
Smart.
Chainz. He's in Atlanta,
Yeah.
doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he understands that he's bringing that culture, bringing them people from that side of the culture over to this side because, if I give you a role,
Yeah.
I end up getting another role somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because you can't, even though this is not the only, like, for example,
Mm-hmm.
I know he's been in something else. I can't remember the name of it. But Joey Badass could become an actor if he wanted to.
He is one.
Yeah, I know. But even more,
Oh yeah.
because once you have a set role,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. He's not. Yeah. You just. I guess the main
Afro's
thing,
hilarious, though.
Afro is not because I know he don't really have it like that.
Now,
It just looked like it's sitting up high.
I'm going to give you a crazy question.
What's that?
Neo,
Yeah.
Lil Meech, walk over to the other spot.
Yes.
Everybody's free balling.
That's right.
Did they all look like lace fronts? Everybody had the same trim cut.
Yeah. Oh, you watched that before I changed it.
No, I watched it. Shit, I even asked my baby, like, they got lace front coochie.
Oh, you
Like,
did. You
I-
asked? No, let's tell you.
That's what I know. What do you mean? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They just like they got lace front coochie hair out there.
So let's just have this kind of conversation.
I'm sure they can do it, bro. They can do anything they want on TV.
There's a possibility they were maybe groomed by the same people. You think?
All I'm gonna say.
I'm just making sure we're talking about the same
All I'm
thing.
gonna say is
Are we talking about
that was like the '90s,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So because you got to look at it. If
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken, Meech got involved
Right.
at like 80 in the game in like 86.
Okay.
Because they said he was in the game for 21 years. 07 is when they got locked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
For good, like going to, so like, or maybe
Your
87.
drug math is amazing.
Right.
You
So,
always knew Escobar was around. It was 86.
yeah, so listen.
And-
So listen what I'm saying.
I'm listening.
If that's in the 90s,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I was young, about 11. But I heard Bushes were in. So for it to make it for the scene.
We ain't talking about George and George W.
Nah, we talking, that's what the Bushes were in.
This is a grown conversation that
Right.
shouldn't happen. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not just, we're two grown men. We on the front porch.
Right.
Um,
So I believe they had lace fronts.
yeah. Let's say yes. Let's say yes for nostalgia.
Right.
You know what I mean? Being with the times that took place. I think it's an extra little detail.
Right.
I think that they, they went a little further than they probably needed to.
Right.
But you noticed it, so there's a whole probably a perv list of things that they have that they drop for specific people. I'm not calling you one,
Right.
but did you see it?
What'd you see? What
You
Pearl?
talking about what you're asking me? You saw the
bush.
there it is.
Yeah.
So that's I didn't notice. I didn't notice. So that means one of
about
us.
6, 7 of them showed. P.
This is what I'm saying. So what I'm saying
My
is
detector is on for
you
that type
were
of shit.
No. So let me ask you something. Did you think about Eager Beaver when you saw it, or was it something?
Ask you this.
What?
And I gotta say this. Shout out to one of my favorite other podcasts, My Expert Opinion.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Math Hoffa, the whole gang over there.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
They recently had an episode with Carl Anthony Payne.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is Cole Brown.
No doubt.
All right?
Yeah.
He told a story real quick.
Mm-hmm.
When he got in a car, he
Mm-hmm.
said, man, I rode cross country. I'm the only black guy in the car. He said it was me, 2 other white guys, and 1 white girl. We was all going over here to audition.
That's right.
Movies and stuff. They picked me up from the club, and we drove from the East Coast to the West Coast. So we were stopping at different places, whatever. He said, we get to this hotel, to these apartments where they put everybody in.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's sitting there, and they call the phone. He picks up the phone. And they said, can we speak to Ron? He's like, ain't no Ron here. He said it went on for like 2 weeks. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't used to change the phone numbers to the apartments. You just moved on. It wasn't like your phone number went to your new house. You just moved somewhere else and had to tell somebody, it's my new number over here.
Yeah.
Sort of like if a payphone, you can't take the...
When was this?
This was when Cole was like 17, probably 18 or something like that.
All right, well, how old is he? I got to look that up.
Right.
He got to be, what, his 50s probably?
Yeah. So they kept saying, where's...
So the phone number stayed with the crib?
Yeah, out there when they did those things.
And where was that?
Cali.
Okay, all right.
They doing auditions.
Yeah,
So
all
he
right,
said... So
That's
I'm not
crazy.
saying you don't have the option. I'm saying because these apartments was used for like a staging of bringing new actors in for them to audition.
Mm-hmm.
He said, man, probably after like a couple days, he asked, okay, who exactly is the Ron that y'all looking for? Which one you think it was?
O'Neal.
Nah. Give you 2 more guesses.
Burgundy.
It's a good one, but nah. But you kind of rhymes with it. And he's a real guy.
Yeah.
He's a real guy.
Right? His first name Ryan?
Yeah.
Reagan.
Jeremy. You know who Ron Jeremy was?
Yeah.
The legend. You just said something about Eager Beaver.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about Ron Jeremy. He said, oh, now he ain't here right now. Once he knew he was looking for Ron Jeremy, he said, what you want message you want to give me? Tell him to be at the hot tub by 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. I'm going to leave it there.
We're going to leave it right there because we're
Yeah.
going to park it. Put it in park.
Right.
Yeah, so my thing is, I will give the writers and the people who put the wardrobes and stuff together and all that stuff, I give them a lot of credit.
Right.
I look good. They look like they with the times. Did not notice the thing that you're talking about.
Right.
Did not notice that. But you did. So that means that they did what they were supposed to do to keep you locked into the time period.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
I've always paid attention to detail and time periods, though.
Yeah.
It's something
I
about
thought you was
me.
going to say you always paying attention. Yeah.
Nah, because really what it does, bro.
Right.
Like I told you, man. Like I always was real big
Mm-hmm.
on Final Destinations, right? The movies,
Yeah.
and then the last one, which was the Final Destination, was technically the first one.
That's right.
And I told you, it never caught my attention until after the end. I'm like, oh, that's why the dude who had the cell phone and flip phone was acting like he was so cool. Because remember, bro, in the 90s, if you had a flip phone, you was something.
Absolutely.
Because now everybody has a cell. Like, you're corny, not corny, but you either have an iPhone or Android or something.
Yeah.
Like, back then, having a flip phone, I don't care what brand it was, made you cool.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So this dude just kept flipping it out, like being all corny and, like they was in the 90s with when people act like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it showed you that this one was actually the first one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, make a long story short, it was the detail in that story and in that movie that grabs me. That's why I pay attention. Even, like, BMF, I love the detail in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Meech got the tail. He got the... All the pictures we ever seen of Big Meech, once we seen him later in life, he already had the cornrows in his hair. You see what I'm saying? You never seen we seen old pictures of him dressed like that. But we see by the time we seen him, he was wearing jerseys and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So to do all that and show that detail from before,
Mm-hmm.
to me, I just think it's dope. But I think what's the name has the best style of dress of old school detail and all that. Raising Canaan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Act
yeah.
Legends and yeah.
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 I think they got the best with that.
Yeah. I mean, it is. It's a familiar time.
Yeah.
It's that other part. That's a familiar time.
They showed a picture of one of 50's real uncles
Mm-hmm.
and Marv,
Mm-hmm.
and saying this is who 50 really based the character Marv off of.
Mm-hmm.
And when they took the same two pictures,
Mm-hmm.
they had the exact same clothes on. It's like, I need this sweater. My uncle got this. Like he showed him that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most characters are, some semblance of real people.
Right.
There's some connection to a person that you later on realize that it was inspired by that person or something.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that. Once again, I think that when these writers are doing these things and they're putting the time into creating these different shows, there's certain elements of it that they can't overlook.
Right.
And I just think that,
But I think you're absolutely correct. But what I think is such a big deal is when they actually nail it. And and everybody doesn't nail it. Like, all right, it sounds crazy, the part that I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it really wasn't needed, right? But if we're going to put it in here, we're going to do it right.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah. That's once again, I think some of the inspirations, once it develops, I think that there's certain things that are just, part of it. It's just
Right.
like, we got to make sure that we include those things.
Right.
So, once again, it's only the first episode, but I like where it's going. We were talking about it earlier. It's kind of funny because, like you said, when we went to the PodCon and,
Yeah.
Charlemagne the God was kind of talking about, like, we don't really have a podcast, you said, series based on, what did you say it was based on?
True crime.
Like true crime. Sometimes I think that we deviate from certain situations in life because playing too close to reality can be scary.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's a difference. Like for instance, when you hear about certain people, you got some people that if you know them for certain things, you can say, well, that person's famous and this other person is infamous.
Right.
Like they're infamous for certain things, you know what I mean? Versus being just a famous person who's involved in things and just kind of doing things. I think that the reason why we kind of deviate from certain stories and situations like that is because we like living in a fictional world.
Right. I think that's part of it. I think also out of a form of respect. See, this is where everybody misunderstands. When I say a form of respect, I may not be necessarily talking about the people
Mm-hmm.
who may have performed the crime.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just say that they're out there and let's say they was murdering people. They was doing different things,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You may not want to tell that story because you may not want to shake the trees and bring back memories to families who suffered it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's cool to tell stories. It's cool to talk about two things. And I get where Charlemagne was going when he made the statement. Because it was just a question. It was like, what was missing?
Mm-hmm.
And in podcasts. And they said that because, let's be honest, man. Y'all pay attention. This is talk. This is talk radio,
Mm-hmm.
in a sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all grown up. We'll turn around and watch BMF because it's based upon a true story.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the reason why we respect this is because how it all been put together. Yeah, 50 of them is producing it and putting it out, but they got the permission from Big Meech and he's gotten through it, and he made the request that his son play his role. And 50 said, yeah, but they put him through acting training and all that because they wanted it to be right.
Mm-hmm.
And even Meech was like, yeah, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something I said to you earlier, today that I think is one of the dopest things and some of the dopest things in the world is when you watch a movie that's based upon true facts,
Mm-hmm.
like true events, and your actual son is playing the role of you.
I mean,
like Meech, Ice Cube's son when he played it.
It got to be dope. It got to be dope to see. Like, that's okay, man. You pick up, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that got to be like when Meech got mad. I'm talking about,
Biggie.
Of course.
Yeah, his son
but
played.
Big ain't get to see that. But but no, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because I did. You get to see it. I said that.
But Meech was saying, I think he was on the Breakfast Club, and he was saying that his pops was like, felt a certain type of way. It's one of the joints he had got snuck in.
Yeah.
And, Big Meech, seeing was like, man, ain't nobody never popped me, man. Like, he got mad. He was like, Dad, it's all part of the thing. He was like, yeah, all right, man. Like, you know.
That shit ain't happening.
Yeah, because when it's you and somebody portraying you, and you like, ain't nobody sneak me, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you feel away.
He ain't been punched in his face since.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Of course not. Yeah, on the show. Yeah, none of that. No, I think too, just because, like I said, we're talking about, the creative art element of it, the purpose, the point of the situation. I think that you can tell those stories and present them more as a cautionary tale.
Right.
I think you can definitely portray them as a situation where you show people, doing different things that you kind of see anyway.
Right.
And you know the outcomes because you've experienced it if you're coming from those environments and you see it. Right. I think the problem is there's a crossroad between, the glorification of it.
Right.
Right? And the cautionary element of it, the cautionary tale element of it.
Right.
What we want to do is not make it look glamorous.
Right.
Not make it, give it this extra wow. I was going to say sizzle. It says civil. That's, you understand what I'm saying? It's not civil. This sizzle, and this extra allure.
Like on ballers, sizzle.
Yeah.
Played in the NFL.
Right. Yeah. So, or this allure that is this thing that you need to do. Because here's the thing that you do. When you are out there and you watch something, and let's just say you watch a situation like Power or any of these things, every time they win, it gives a person who has, in my opinion, that's easily, impressed or a false impression of things that, well, if Reek would have just did this, that would have been cool. And you start watching people formulate these concepts of how they could have done it better, and the problem with that is an impressionable mind. You don't want to give them a roadmap to something that's a show.
Yeah. Because they go out and try it.
Because they'll go out and try it.
And then we're doing true crime podcasts about them.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So I think that there's a reason why it doesn't exist because, honestly speaking, it's not going to be nothing that's going to wind up turning out to be a positive, in my opinion, to people who can't separate, a show or in any capacity from reality.
Well, I think the way it's covered, if somebody really, I'm not even going to talk about it online because what he's saying, in a sense, is not really true. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because certain people do it. I just said, Vlad do it because he just bring the real people on and let them talk.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because just because, let's say me and you turn around and start doing true crime podcasts, who's to say what we saying is real? Mm-hmm. You understand? Like,
no, I know exactly.
Like that's what I mean by it. Yeah. So it exists, but he didn't say it didn't exist. They just said they want more. That's just what it is.
Did you know that what's your name that plays in that? Not Marv. Lou went to prison for real, in real life.
Who, Lou?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Prison for a couple years, man, for a crime he didn't commit, and he speaks very heavily about that. I forgot how I came across it, but then he was really in prison for a while.
Right.
Because he's like this super big advocate about
the youth.
The youth, but he's like an advocate about sometimes the mixed conception of.
I seen that. I know what you're talking about.
Of maybe some of the gang culture stuff that you see. You know what I mean? And some of the things that come along with it. But yeah, I thought that was kind of different. So to see him playing a role like that is kind of different.
The dopest thing about that is because he's going to end up being he still has more to do to end up like an unsung hero. Like Marv, they're starting to put him in that talk of being a great actor across the board because he's done played some different roles, and he has reoccurring like he was on Ballers. He had a main role on Ballers. You know what I mean? They talk about Wood Harris a lot because he done played everything.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But what I like about the guy that plays Lou, I can't think of his real name right now. What's his real name? Is it Marcus or something? Nah, I forgot his real name. Yeah, I'm making up shit now. That's crazy, right? But
you asked. You didn't say it. Like you didn't come out and say Marcus and like he was right. He was wrong.
When you hear his real voice,
Yeah.
and then the voices he used,
Yeah.
like when he talks on Raising Cane, he sound like he's from New York.
Yeah.
But remember when he was on Snowfall, he sounded like he's from the West Coast.
He's a comedian.
Yeah, and but some comedians, even though they got
No. But what I'm saying, but here's what I'm saying. He plays those roles, and he's an actor.
Lou. I'm talking about Lou, not Marv. Marv's.
Oh, you talking about Lou?
Lou.
Oh, Lou. Yeah, he takes on the identity
That's
of
what
those
I'm
particular
saying.
areas.
No,
Yeah,
I know Marv.
Marv.
No.
Lou's not a comedian. No. Marv's a comedian.
But if you think about it, because he was in the early seasons of Snowfall.
Yes. No. Yes.
And the way he sounded there, then you listen to him on Raising Cane, then you hear his actual voice.
Yeah. No, he's good.
Yeah.
No, he's
he knows
good.
what he gets into that role.
He gets
into
into
that
it, and he definitely absorbs, everything that he needs to bring that character to life.
Right.
No question.
Right.
He's clearly a good actor.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know where we at. But
You ain't got any questions?
I do. And what we looking like?
Nah.
This or that?
This or that. Well, welcome to another episode of This or That. I'm not going to be really the sport. Let's get to it.
All right, y'all. Y'all know how we do this, man. Welcome to another episode of This or That, where I'm going to ask E a series of questions, and, I'll dive in every now and then and answer something. We're going to get right into it. E, would you rather be notorious or unnoticed?
Notoriously unnoticed.
Each one, like, remember we was in school, and it would be a true or false question. E kind of, A. And it's like, E, it's not A or B or C or D. The questions are true or false questions. You said, A, you said all of the above. That's what you going with? Notorious?
Notoriously unknown.
Play it safe or risk it all?
We've all risked it all before, depending on the situation. Sometimes you risk it all. Sometimes you play it safe. You in the casino.
Yeah. Are we going to answer any of the this or that's? Like,
no. I'm not. Depends what I'm in. I can't tell you that, man. Like, I'm not going to risk it all if you tell me to dive in the ocean. Bitch, I'm playing it safe.
Okay, there you go.
But if I'm in AC and I just won 10 and they say this 10 could turn into $1 million if this hit.
So now
I'm risking it all.
So now at this stage, y'all, I have to, how sometimes, you got the alphabet thing. Could you use it in a sentence, please? A spelling bee type. Now I got to create the scenario.
Yeah.
That makes it too easy.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
This is why you just say it. If I give you that, then yes. If I say jump in a pool full of sharks, but it's $1 million, it's a bag with $1 million in it, would you do it? Would you play it safe or risk it all? I'm gonna play it safe. Ain't no need for me to jump in there and die trying to get $1 million and get it
Some
up.
niggas going after that.
So it's too some.
Yeah, I'm playing it safe though.
Right. So but see, it's easy that way.
I got a question for you then.
Okay.
Like we seen early online.
Yeah.
Would you punch me in the face for $1 billion?
Yeah, I mean, I had to hook you, but listen. Because I know you, listen.
I'll punch you in the face for $40.
That was funny as I don't know what. Because you would have to. I would be like, just go ahead and get it off.
Yeah.
You're not trying to hurt me, just sneak me, you know what I mean? Get it over with. Yeah. Once again, that's a scenario-based question.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's still risking it all.
Yeah, because if you turned around and it was like, yo, would you punch your mom in the face for $1 billion? You're like, nah, I'm not hooking my mom, yo. Like, it's crazy. My mom might be like, yo, sneak me. It might come out crazy like that.
Tell me to do it, P. I had to do it.
Right. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
obeying my mother.
Hey, you only answering real? I mean, I can't
I'm
feel
obeying. I couldn't just do it. If she say sneak me,
saying.
that's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's a random guy standing there with a bag. You don't know if it's a million tissues in it.
No, he got to
or a
show me
million
that
di-
money first.
Okay,
Or
you see the money.
I'm cracking his whole
Right.
shit.
I see what's going on here. Misunderstood or unappreciated.
Misunderstood. I want to be misunderstood. I feel like I'm misunderstood a lot, but I don't never really feel I'm. Okay, let me rewind. I've felt unappreciated in life.
Yeah.
We've all had those feelings.
Right.
But if you ask me, I would rather be misunderstood because I can easily stop talking for you not to even have a thought to understand me.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't stop doing things for not for the appreciation from them, but what people will appreciate. Because honestly, that's their problem.
I agree with you. I'd rather
That's
be
their
misunderstood for the exact same reason.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, me and you both agree. People respect, we say it all the time, results.
Yeah.
So if you misunderstand me, but the results work in your benefit, understanding me was never going to be a prerequisite.
You did understand.
It was, well, you benefited from, you even benefited
Right.
from being misunderstanding me.
Right, because I think a lot of times that we're going to say that they they do misunderstand us, but I think a lot of times people understand us clearly. I just think it makes so much sense to them that they got to flip it and say, nah, you ain't mean it like that, you meant it like this.
And I think it teeter-totters, misunderstanding is close between not agreeing.
Right, that's it.
And
that's what I
I
meant to
think
say.
because it plays so
Tight,
kind of close to that. You know what I mean? It's like, if you say it to somebody and they turn around and be like, no, I understand what you're saying, I just don't agree with you. And you go, oh, that's different.
Right.
You're not misunderstanding me. You're just going against you're just not agreeing with what I have to say.
Exactly.
Now, if you don't understand me legitimately, that's different.
Yeah.
Because now I can't even say you don't appreciate
how many
me.
times are you trying to explain something and that person say, nah, that ain't how you meant it. You meant it like this.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And you be like, no, I meant it exactly.
Yeah.
No, you only saying that now because you know I got mad. No. I be, you know how many times I pull myself back? I be like, no, that's not bad. Yes, it is. You know how many times back when I didn't have high emotional intelligence, I would say, I don't give a fuck if you mad.
Yeah.
This is what I meant.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, you being smart. I done went through that shit for years, bro.
Yeah. And I think that in the
and I don't deal with that now. I'm just saying, back in my
but you're
time,
just saying,
I dealt with that shit.
No, yeah, you've encountered a lot of different things in your life.
Yeah.
And my thing is at the end of the day, once again, misunderstanding me and not agreeing with me is not the same thing. Now, if you develop your own opinion because you don't agree,
right,
that's cool.
That's cool.
But if you start saying that I said it to make you feel like this, then you definitely misunderstood.
Something I seen earlier this week, and it popped up on my timeline a couple times. And Dr. Phil made the statement. He said, the problem is people be too focused on trying to win the argument instead of finding the solution of why we're disagreeing. When he was on the Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm.
He said, through all this, I know this is a big disagreement. The first thing we want to talk about is what we do agree on. Yeah. And then that's where you build from. Most people don't do that.
No, because it's the emotional investment is too deep.
Right.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, and I'm going to say this. The seed of peace has to be present.
Right.
If all you want is war and there is no presence of peace in you, it ain't about you finding the common ground.
Right.
All I want is war. So the presence, and I agree with what Doc is saying, but what I would have said is, yeah, but the seed of peace got to be present, Doc.
Oh, no. They just put on that clip. So I don't
know.
Oh, yeah,
No. I'm just saying, even if I was getting that clip.
Oh, you just said how
I'm just
you
saying, I
would
say, yeah, Doc, but the seed of peace got to be present.
Right.
You know, it's hard to tell somebody who's swinging on you, let's just talk about what we agree on.
Oh, that's different.
We agree on me trying to knock your forehead off, and you don't want it knocked off.
Free, not even $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go on. That's right.
Let's do that. Would you rather be a heartbreaker or have your heart broken?
It's crazy. Because I've been in both situations.
Yeah. Yeah, let me just say this.
Listen.
There is no this or that had both sides have never happened to you in your life. Man.
No, I mean, it is something. But what I'm
maybe 3.
What I'm saying,
out of all of them in the world.
No, bro. I'm never jumping in the
those are
sharks.
easy.
Yeah.
Water ones are easy.
Yeah, sharks in $1 billion.
Yeah.
You know, sharks be, I'm trying to go get that meal. Give me a scuba diver tank.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Break it down to heartbreaker or being heartbroken.
It hurt me both ways.
I'm sure of it. Which one would you rather be, this or that?
I gotta go with the breaker. Because when it was broken, that shit was different.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it 1,000. I'm not even gonna act like that shit's different.
No. And
You can tell by the stretch of my eyes.
not in the stretch of your eyes, I was here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I know
Just
you
in
was-
life
you
in
was-
general.
Well, bro, you've been here my whole life.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There is nothing, and vice
But
versa.
when I
with
broke
me,
it, when
it's
I broke them,
yeah,
I wasn't like, yeah, bitch, nah. I wasn't like that.
yeah,
Even though in some people's eyes, they probably thought I was like that.
yeah.
But it's just like, this has to move on. We have to move on.
So
we can't keep doing
So
this.
being a heartbreaker over having your heart broken because it's two different types of pain. I don't think it is, but I think it is, and it isn't at the same time.
It's not just that. It's when it happened, I found myself being lost. And I have a promise to myself not to be lost again.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to break yours before I lose myself again. Because when it's broken,
Yeah.
It's happened a couple times in life. You see
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So when it
Yeah.
happens, you just be like, because when your person's lost, you start asking questions like, why?
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason why, bro. That's what it was supposed to be.
I don't think that that's a selfish thing to say,
Right.
to be the heartbreaker.
Right.
Well-
Because that's not my intentions. But that
Well-
don't mean it's not going to happen.
No, but also from the perspective of, like you just said, for my sanity,
Right.
right? I have to come at it from a place of not me getting you before you get me, but me being comfortable enough to say that I have to end a situation or deal with a situation differently because I may be stronger than you.
Right.
I may have the courage to say this isn't working. So I'll say it because ultimately I believe that it's going to be better for both of us.
Right.
So unfortunately, I'm going to be the person that seems like I'm breaking their heart. But at the end of the day, both of us are already broken anyway.
Right.
All right.
One more?
We can do one more. No more social media or no more messaging apps.
It's easy. No more social media.
Okay.
But, and I'm going to tell you the difference with me. A lot of people reach out to me for my business through messaging apps.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even say no more social media, though, because social media is, bigger than Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. YouTube falls under social media in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I watch YouTube because I like to control my TV.
Absolutely.
So, I guess no more messaging apps. If a person really wants me, there's no more messaging apps. They can call my number. Because I'd rather you call me anyway.
So I'm no more social media. I know that sounds awkward.
No, it doesn't.
Thank you. That's nice of you.
No, it doesn't.
I'm going to say no more social media only because of the fact that I would assume that the messaging apps that I'm using primarily are with people who I do have some form of conversation with pretty regularly.
Right.
It's probably a little bit more intimate in the sense of
Right.
what I share and the things. Like, when you get ready to send a person something, I don't care if it's an emoji or certain things like that, I would rather still be able to communicate with those who really find value in me communicating with them than me just having to look out into the social media world and deal with that.
Let me explain to you what I felt when you said no more social media.
Right.
I even included YouTube in that, remember?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
So I felt like when you say that, we can't post anything or nothing. So if we can't post nothing, that means this can't go on there.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I looked at it.
Yeah, no question.
That's why I said that, because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, I still want to be able to do the content. Still want to be able to open my phone and see, your motivational stuff.
Mm-hmm.
if it's so I'm so used to seeing it now. If I can't see it no more, I'm gonna feel like
Yeah.
I'm missing something.
I don't
so
think it's easy. I don't think it's an easy choice.
Nah, but
Yeah.
that's why it makes it hard, because if I'm talking to you on a messaging app, right?
Right.
Then it's tied to a number or email something,
That's right.
so I can call you.
No question.
Because I'm more of a talker anyway.
No question.
But it would be hard for me not to be able to put content out no more.
I'll say this. I enjoy social media.
Right.
The reason why would be the
Now, if I'm
one,
just a regular person,
well,
like let's say like Dops, who just look, because he got social media, it's act like he don't.
right.
But I think Dops would pick the messaging apps all day.
Of course. Here's the thing with me. Like you said, bro, you know, I am more of I'd rather talk to most people in person.
Right.
I talk to people through the, social media stuff, and, hey, how you doing? And, yeah, we went to school together, all this stuff. Like, that's all cool. I'd rather sit
And have a
and
conversation.
have a conversation with you with a cup of coffee with you in the same room as me.
Me too.
I am one of those people. I'll give you a quick example before we get ready to move on from the situation. Other day, I couldn't make it to a meeting. You know what I mean? My wife was there. Boom. I said, babe, just put me on speakerphone. I'll be in the room with the situation. I'm listening to, because I'm a person that's hypersensitive to the tone of people's voice. Right? I admitted to that. You know what I mean? I'm one of them type of people. It's something that I acknowledge that it's something that I have to get better at. Right? So, and I have improved, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, this is me grading me. Other people would have to say. But anyway, the long and short of that situation, the conversation's going on, and I'm listening, and I have to actively listen because I can't see these people's faces, but I'm listening for how they're saying what they're saying.
Right.
And I'm listening to the point where it's like all of a sudden when I do get an opportunity to say something, I want to make sure that I respond appropriately. And appropriately to me means however I feel about the situation with respect. I made a statement, and the woman said something about, were you in the room? She said, I was in the room. I said, ma'am, I'm not in the room. You would know if I was in the room. I'm not in the room. My wife's phone is in that room, and you hear my voice, but I'm not in there. So for me, I'm just using that as an example. I'm always one of those type of people. Well, I understand that there may be advice. Like in your case, like, bro, you got a business that you run. There's things that this has so much more value to you. But for me, as long as I can talk to those and interact with those who I, truly interact with,
Oh, yeah, and I'm going to do that.
I'm cool.
Yeah, that's my thing too. That's just I'm going to do that.
You can take us out of that with that, brother.
Yep. That was it. That was over.
I don't know what's going on with you today,
Listen,
man.
y'all. This is the episode 161 of Porch Talk right here. Let's clap it up for that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I want to tell y'all can catch us on all y'all favorite podcast and streaming sites. Things like Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Red Circle, iHeartRadio, Audible. Missing any?
I don't believe so.
Anywhere you listen to your podcasts and sites at, and Pete, tell them where they can see us at.
You can see us each and every week on Monday, somewhere between, I would say honestly, guys, between 8 and 8:30-ish. We try to be closer to the 8 o'clock side. That's live the night that we shoot it, which is generally on Monday. Unless something changes and we will give you guys advance notice, we'll let you know. Other than that, you can look for it immediately following the next day on our YouTube channel at The Porch Podcast. If you have not done so already, please do us a favor. Click that subscribe button. Click that share button. Leave comments. We appreciate it. We're trying to grow the channel and get it bigger so that we can do bigger things, y'all. So we appreciate you guys for tuning in each and every week. This has been episode number 161, Porch Talk. We look forward to seeing y'all next week. Appreciate the time, family. All right, y'all. Peace.